I can do good as well, whatever tad bit that I can do.
It is very necessary to have a very frank counseling.
I think the work that we do, it's very real. You can see that it's sort of answering a very real need.
Inner satisfaction I would get only when I do something which I can start and which I can continue.
Lot of hurdles to cross if you want to sustain yourself in social space.
Every minute is a challenge for us.
I'm Pari Javeri, Third Sector Partners. Actually, demands would vary from sector to sector. So if we were to sort of divide between, say, the non-profit and the private sector, the non-profit sector candidates usually sort of come with an understanding of what the challenges are and what the opportunities also could be. Their demands would usually be, I think unanimously across the board, what I have seen is that people feel stifled after a point of time because growth is something that is not very well defined in the non-profit or the social enterprise space, because to a large extent organizations have been founded by individuals or a group of founding members, and succession planning is something which is not very integral in the DNA of most organizations. So most people who are at CXO level positions are either looking to move into lateral positions across some other organization, or also trying to see how they can replicate their knowledge and skills in a particular issue-based sort of organization, and see how they can use that in another sector or another issue. So it's usually that the private sector candidates sometimes come with absolutely no knowledge. So I think the whole journey actually starts with more like seeking clarity, trying to understand what the sector is all about, and one of their primary concerns is also about able to sort of maintain a certain lifestyle that they've been used to, and also apprehensions around what they have read in the media about nonprofits or hearsay kind of things, which are usually I would say myths to a large extent. So that has been my concern, is that people don't really come from the private sector, people come with a lot of uncertainty. But the passion really is that they want to make a difference to society, and definitely try and see how they can leverage their current skills to help the nonprofit sector. Third Sector Partners was institutionalized in 2005, and we saw a sudden spurt in 2009 and 2011. I think that's when really the global meltdown was sort of predominant across the globe. And what was interesting to see is that not only was there a lot of local talent which was looking to do something meaningful to contribute to society, but there were a plethora of people across the globe who were reaching out to us. A lot of people from sectors like business consulting, private equity, social venture capital, who were looking to sort of see how is it that they could contribute their skills in actually building this sector. And I think it's been interesting to see that was to a large extent true, because since 2009 there has been an increasing trend also in terms of monies that have come in terms of investment in the social impact space. Has been on the rise since 2008, 2009. I didn't know of too many organizations before that. Also a lot of business schools, students passing out from Ivy League schools have expressed desires to move to the non-profit space and look for careers in anything, not only non-profit, but anything which is, with a triple bottom line impact. The questions that they would ask or the kind of research they would be doing would be around, how much they could sort of accelerate in terms of, knowledge, growth in terms of also salary, designation. So they're constantly sort of seeking better opportunities, looking for more stable environments. Not necessarily very entrepreneurial kind of jobs. So they're looking perhaps for more stability. Because they may have done some maverick things in their initial part of their career, and now it's like when they're in the middle career sort of range, they want to sort of seek some stability. Whereas people in CXO level positions, also largely from private sector, come with the thought that they've made their money. Of course, I mean, like I had said earlier, they are definitely looking to sort of maintain a certain balance. So very few people would say that I will come at a meager salary or come on a volunteer basis. But most people are at the leadership level hungry to sort of give back. So give back in terms of all the accumulated wealth of knowledge and experience, and want to actually see impact on the ground. So they actually want to roll up their sleeves, get into the trenches, and create impact. So they are really tired of being a part of meetings in closed doors, and feel like they're basically just doing stuff which is very bottom line oriented, and not creating. So they're definitely creating value for customers and shareholders, but not really contributing in a triple bottom line kind of a way.